Hello, welcome to my channel. We have discussed in the previous video regarding moving coil galvanometer, and we have seen that suspended coil galvanometer and pivoted type galvanometer, that is also called Western, both are moving coil galvanometer. We have seen the various components, principle, working and so many things. It is shown here again that in this suspended coil galvanometer, this coil is copper wire, made up of copper wire, is suspended through the thin strip of phosphor bronze. Why phosphor bronze? We have discussed that its torsional constant is less, current sensitivity so that it can be increased. And here role of concave cut magnet, this is suspended coil, this is pivoted type. So in both you can see the powerful magnets which are cylindrically cut, concave cut. And why? Because these magnets provides the strong, uniform and radial magnetic field. And what is the role of radial magnetic field? Look here, if the top view you can see either from this or from this. Both the figure, both are moving coil galvanometer, that the coil is wound on the passing through the soft iron core and it is insulated one. So in the radial magnetic field, how it is made? By concave cut powerful magnet poles and cylindrically cut soft iron. Soft iron, why? It is written here because its permeability is high. So it produces large magnetic field. More magnetic force, lines of force are concentrated, their distribution becomes like this. Look. So here the magnetic field becomes uniform, magnetic field becomes radial, and also the torque in every position of the coil becomes maximum. So what is the main role of radial magnetic field? To provide linear scale for current. Due to the radial magnetic field, we see that torque which is acting on the loop is NIAB sin theta. It becomes sin theta 1 because the normal always makes 90 degree angle for every position of the coil. So it becomes maximum, torque maximum, and you know this NIAB equal to that torsional constant C into phi when the restoring torque equal to maximum torque. At that position, equilibrium position, where the pointer stays and we find. So here we can say that now I is proportional to C upon NAB phi, and this C upon NAB, this C is torsional constant. This torsional constant is also said to be defined that this is restoring torque. The restoring torque is C phi. Phi is the twist in the spring. Here in the twist in the phosphor bronze strip and in the spring. So how will you define this C? You can write C as torque upon phi. That is restoring torque per unit twist, because these are the definitions which are asked in 1 mark question. So what is restoring torque? You can define what will be its unit. You know what is the unit of torque? Newton meter. Here phi angle, Newton meter per radian. So in this way you should know the definition and unit of this torsional constant. Torsional constant should be very less. Why? Today we will discuss about it. Some more facts about the galvanometer. Mostly the galvanometer is used in the lab is pivoted type galvanometer. This one, current enters from and T1, it goes through the coil and comes again from the T2. What is this galvanometer and how its current sensitivity, and when it is converted into ammeter and voltmeter, then what is current sensitivity, voltage sensitivity, what is the range of ammeter and voltmeter, how it can be increased, we will discuss today. So I hope that you must have understood the radial magnetic field, role of soft iron core, why the phosphor bronze. And one more thing, what do you mean by deadbeat galvanometer? You know, when the current passes through the galvanometer, then a galvanometer is said to be deadbeat galvanometer when the coil comes to rest at once without suffering any oscillations. Whenever the current is passed through it, this is called deadbeat galvanometer. It comes at rest at once. And why it comes at rest at once? Because of the material of the frame is aluminium, conducting one. Why this aluminium frame? What is the role of this? Because in aluminium, we will discuss later on, the eddy currents are formed which are set up in the aluminium frame, which help in bringing the coil to rest at once. So a galvanometer is said to be a deadbeat galvanometer when it comes at once at the rest when current is passed through it. So this I have given the new point regarding the deadbeat galvanometer. So the galvanometer, I have written all the things that why radial magnetic field. So it is written provides linear current scale, always maximum torque. Why soft iron core? Because high permeability, more and more concentration of magnetic lines of force through the region, and it increases the uniform magnetic field and sensitivity also. Why concave cut magnet? I have written. So you should know these points. Now we will discuss what is deadbeat galvanometer we have discussed here and why aluminium frame is taken. Today we will discuss about galvanometer, some more facts. Let us discuss the current sensitivity, voltage sensitivity, and range of galvanometer, conversion of galvanometer into ammeter and voltmeter. Before proceeding further, I would like to say please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for further notifications. Let us start with the new terms in moving coil galvanometer and its conversion. Suppose we have a moving coil galvanometer where we have we discussed about the pivoted type galvanometer, and here the pointer rests always at the 0 in the middle of the circular scale. That is why there is no marks, no any signs on T1 and T2 for positive and negative. You have seen in ammeter and voltmeter positive or negative sign are mentioned, or that screw which is red is positive, the screw whose cap is black that is negative. But in galvanometer no positive negative, because the pointer is in the middle, it can go as per the direction of current in the circuit, so either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Now we will discuss today the current sensitivity of the galvanometer. The current sensitivity, I will write the term CS, and voltage sensitivity I will write with term Vs. Before that, what do you mean by sensitivity of galvanometer? A galvanometer is said to be sensitive when a very small current or applying very small potential drop across it, a large deflection is shown by the pointer. Learn this, what do you mean by sensitivity of galvanometer? So in general, if it is a sensitivity of galvanometer, so either you provide some current in the galvanometer or some potential difference, a small potential difference. So for very small current or for very small potential difference, the pointer shows large deflection, then it is said to be sensitive. Now specifically, that what do you mean by current sensitivity? Look, we have read the principle at which it works, that when the current carrying coil is placed in magnetic field it experiences the deflecting torque, then this deflecting torque, which is given by maximum in every position of the coil due to radial field, when it becomes equal to the deflecting torque, that is C phi, this C phi is deflecting torque. We have read restoring torque. So whenever the deflecting torque is produced, then due to the twist in the spring and phosphor bronze strip, restoring torque always produced, which tends to bring the coil in its original position. It opposes the deflecting torque. So in the equilibrium, when both are equated, both are become equal and opposite, that is equilibrium position. The pointer comes to rest at that position. We will start from here, that we have read in the working that now we can write NIAB deflecting torque equal to restoring torque C phi. Then what is phi upon I? You bring this phi upon I on one side. So what is phi upon I? This is NAB upon C. And this is called current sensitivity. How will you define current sensitivity? That is from this formula. Current sensitivity depends on number of turns in the coil, area of the loop of the coil, magnetic field, and this is torsional constant. We have read that phosphor bronze material, why it is used? Because it has less torsional constant. Why less torsional constant? To increase current sensitivity. Now how the current sensitivity is defined? Look here, current sensitivity is defined as twist in the spring or strip per unit current. So the spring or strip is twisted, so that twist per unit current is called current sensitivity. One more thing, that 1 upon current sensitivity is also called figure of merit. This figure of merit, or its another name is galvanometer constant. It is also determined in lab experiments. So what do you mean by figure of merit? What formula you will write here? If current sensitivity is phi upon I, then figure of merit, what will you write for figure of merit? Simply I upon phi. Then what will be its formula? You can write, reverse it, C upon NAB. So in this way, define figure of merit. Now what will you define? It is that current which produces unit division deflection in pivoted type galvanometer. Here the pointer will move up to the certain divisions. So for unit division deflection, whatever is the current, that is called figure of merit. So in this way, these are the Viva questions, as well as you should know that figure of merit, current sensitivity, they are reverse of each other. Now regarding voltage sensitivity, so voltage sensitivity is defined as phi upon V, because current sensitivity phi upon I, voltage sensitivity phi upon V. What can you write? V equal to IR. So you can write also this is phi upon IR. So if you write voltage sensitivity as Vs, so we can also write that voltage sensitivity is current sensitivity upon R. You know what is phi upon I? This phi upon I is current sensitivity. So IR, in place of phi upon I, you have written current sensitivity. So this is voltage sensitivity. How will you define it? Twist in the spring or phosphor bronze strip per unit voltage. Now, what would you like to know about the galvanometer before you are going to convert it into ammeter or voltmeter? The voltmeter and ammeters, they are made from this galvanometer. So what should you know before converting it into ammeter and voltmeter? You know that This coil, copper coil, is wounded on aluminum frame. Then it has some resistance. So you should know these two things. This question is also asked that what should you know? So we should know first thing regarding resistance of the galvanometer. Resistance of galvanometer means that copper coil which is wound on the aluminum frame in making the galvanometer. And second thing, Ig. What is Ig? The current for full scale deflection in galvanometer. You know the suffix G for galvanometer. Which current? That produces full scale deflection in the galvanometer. We should know these two things before converting a galvanometer into ammeter and voltmeter. So this is the resistance of the coil and this current full scale deflection. Now how the galvanometer is converted into ammeter and voltmeter? Look, as from the previous knowledge you will be knowing that ammeter. What is ammeter? Ammeter is a device to measure the current in a circuit. So if there is a current carrying circuit, you want to measure it, you have to connect ammeter. In what way you will connect ammeter in the circuit? Your wish is to measure the current flowing in a circuit, then the total current should pass through the ammeter. How will you connect it? In series. These are the Viva questions. So why the ammeter is to be connected in series in a circuit? Because its role is to measure the current in a circuit. The whole current should pass through it, so it is to be connected in series. Now, how to make ammeter? Look, these are the terminals T1 and T2, and the whole this figure I can show the galvanometer by writing this in this way. It has two terminals, these are T1 and T2. So this total figure description you have read is symbolized like this. This is galvanometer. Now to convert galvanometer into ammeter. Now what will you do if you convert a galvanometer into ammeter? Look, since ammeter measures the current in the circuit, what should ammeter have? Its resistance less or more? Simply you will get the answer that since the total current is to be passed through it, so current will pass only through the least resistance path. An ideal ammeter has zero resistance. So what should you do here? You have to reduce its resistance, and to reduce its resistance, a small low resistance wire called shunt, it is to be connected in parallel. Listen again, you want to convert galvanometer into ammeter. Galvanometer has some resistance Rg. So to reduce that, what is to be done? A shunt is connected in parallel to it. This is, suppose S is the resistance of shunt and Rg is the resistance of galvanometer. Now the current which is coming in the circuit is suppose I. Then I current, out of this I current, some current will go in the galvanometer for giving full scale deflection. So it will be Ig, and rest of the current here it will be I minus Ig, that will flow through the shunt. Again I am saying why you have connected shunt in parallel, to reduce the resistance. Why I have to reduce the resistance? Because resistance is reduced, then more and more the full current of the circuit will pass through it. Now this is the figure of ammeter. By having suitable value of shunt, you can decide the range of ammeter. So look how the ammeter is made, which value of shunt you have to connect it. Look here, this Ig will flow through the galvanometer, then Ij into Rg will be the potential difference across these 2 points, and here in parallel what will be the potential difference across these 2 points? I minus Ig into S. So what will you write? That will be equal to I minus Ig into S. Why I have written? Because in parallel voltage remains same. Look here, that Ig into Rg is the potential difference across these 2 points, and S into I minus Ig is the potential difference across these 2 points. Both are same, we have equated. So what value of shunt is required to convert a galvanometer into given range of ammeter? So this S is Ig into Rg upon I minus Ig. Now look here, that this value of shunt can be calculated for converting a galvanometer in the required range of ammeter. Ammeter means the value of I, how much it can read. One point again, that you cannot decrease the range of ammeter. How? How can you say that you cannot decrease? You know, since if I suppose you want to decrease the range of ammeter, then if I will be less than Ig, what will imply? That S will be negative, which is not possible. So range of ammeter formed cannot be decreased. I have given the explanation that why the shunt, that is low resistance wire. Shunt is low resistance wire, is connected in parallel to the galvanometer. This total is the figure of ammeter. Ammeter is connected in series in a circuit. These all questions are here. Now conversion of ammeter into galvanometer into voltmeter. So if you want to show the ammeter, what is done here, either from T1 or T2, look here, that if you connect the shunt in this way, this is shunt, then this whole figure is ammeter, with in short you have galvanometer and shunt connected in symbolically. This is ammeter. Now to convert galvanometer into voltmeter, what will you do? First of all, you should know what is voltmeter. A device which measures the potential difference between any 2 points in an electrical circuit. So how it is connected in a circuit? In parallel. Why? And what should be the voltmeter's resistance? You know, suppose there is a circuit in which the current is coming I. If the current is coming here I, you want to measure the potential difference between 2 points. You will have to connect the voltmeter in between those 2 points. Then what will the voltmeter do? The voltmeter will read the potential difference between those 2 points. So potential difference between those 2 points is the potential, you know, potential difference is I into R. One thing, that the voltmeter should have its own resistance very large, so that it can draw a least or little amount of current, because total I into total R will be the voltage potential difference across these 2 points. So I should not become less. When the I will not be decreased, when resistance of voltmeter will be very large. So to convert galvanometer into voltmeter, what is done? The galvanometer is this, having resistance Rg, in series a high resistance is connected. This is the figure of voltmeter. Look, symbolically this is the figure of voltmeter. How it is connected? Look, that which resistance you can find the value of R, you know, V equal to I into this resistance of galvanometer plus resistance high R resistance which you have connected. So what will be the value of R? You can find V minus IRG upon I equal to R. You can write here, this is, so the value of R can be given like this, that the voltmeter of given range, that is up to how many volts it can read, what is the galvanometer whose resistance of the coil is Rg, and you know this is the current Ig for full scale deflection. So you have written here this is Ig, so you can write here this expression to get the value of R, or the high resistance to be connected in series with galvanometer to make it, to convert it in the voltmeter. Now the range of voltmeter can be increased by having the suitable value of R. Select the value of R, you can increase the range. You cannot, if you want to decrease the range of voltmeter, take the voltmeter and connect a resistance in parallel to it. So if resistance is connected in parallel to it, then its range is decreased, but range of ammeter cannot be decreased because of this reason. So I think voltmeter, ideal voltmeter has infinite resistance. Why? Because it should not draw any of the current ideally, and you know the voltmeter cannot read the exact potential difference because it draws some current for the movement of its pointer. Similarly, if ammeter is connected in series, ideal ammeter has zero resistance, but there is some small resistance in the of the ammeter, so that is directly added up in the resistance of the circuit, so not the exact value of current you are measuring. Now what will happen if ammeter is connected in parallel in a circuit and voltmeter is connected in series in a circuit? Look, if there is a circuit, you connect ammeter in parallel to it, what will happen? Ammeter has very less resistance and it will be connected in parallel to the circuit. What will happen? The total resistance of the circuit will be decreased and current will be increased in a very large amount. And also now the ammeter will read not the current of the circuit, the current passing within it. Similarly, suppose a voltmeter is connected in series with a circuit. What will happen? Voltmeter already has its high resistance. If it is connected in series in a circuit, then overall resistance of the circuit will increase, then current will be decreased. You cannot measure the exact potential difference, accurate potential difference which you want to measure because of the decreased value of current. These are the Viva question. Why do you connect ammeter in series, voltmeter in parallel? What will happen if you connect ammeter in parallel and voltmeter in series? How to convert ammeter and voltmeter? One more question, how to increase the sensitivity? Sensitivity can be increased, you know, sensitivity of I upon I. So your current sensitivity, how you can be, it can be increased. Phi upon I, what value? You have read that NIAB equal to C phi, then phi upon I is what? Current sensitivity. Find that value. This is NAB upon C. So by increasing the number of turns, by having the phosphor-bronze material strip or spring. Similarly, voltage sensitivity. How can you increase the voltage sensitivity? This is phi upon IR. So this is NAB upon CR. Again, by increasing number of turns, or by decreasing torsional constant. So in this way, ammeter, voltmeter, how they are converted from galvanometer, what are the so many questions asked, and desired value S and R is asked to calculate in the numericals. I hope you must have understood. Thank you.